If Hebrews 10:26 scares you, listen to this video. Deliberate sin is not what you think. The ironic thing about this is the very people that weaponize Hebrews 10:26 are the same people that call themselves sinners. So they are insinuating that they don't sin however they want, yet they say all the time, it's okay, we all sin, we all fall short. So if that's true, if you don't sin however you want, when you do sin, why did you choose to sin? You guys see here? It doesn't make sense. The logic makes no sense. It only makes sense to them because they have their own standard and they don't look at God's standard. So let's get into it biblically now, because I think a lot of you guys that weaponize Hebrews 10:26 have not read all of Hebrews 10. Hebrews 10:10 says, by the which will we have been sanctified through the offering of the body of Jesus Christ once and for all. Past tense. Hebrews 10:14 says, for by one offering he has perfected forever them that are sanctified. Hebrews 10:17 says, and their sins and iniquities I will remember no more. Hebrews 10:19 says, we can have confidence to go to the holiest of places because of what Jesus has done, and there is no remission for sins left. So if Hebrews 10:26 meant if we could just sin and mess it up, that would contradict everything that was said before, that we are already perfected, already sanctified, and already made holy. We need to get into it contextually now. Who is the book of Hebrews written to? Jewish believers that knew the law well, knew animal sacrifices, and were tempted to go back to the old way. The book of Hebrews is all about how Jesus is our sacrifice, the eternal sacrifice, and he is the way now. So in Hebrews 10:26, it is literal, saying there is no more sacrifice, meaning there is no more animals. Modern day, there is no works, there's nothing else you can go rely on except Jesus. So if you go do something and try and go back to those old sacrifices, there remains no sacrifice for sins. It says, after receiving the knowledge of truth. What is the knowledge of truth? Ephesians 1:13, the gospel of our salvation. So coming to the realization of what Jesus has done for you, accepting that, and understanding that you are sealed, not from your effort, but because of what he has done for us. So the deliberate sin now is saying, you know what? I know Jesus died. I know Jesus did this. I know he made me righteous, but I disagree. I don't feel that way. I need to still work for it. I still need to do this, and then maybe I'll be good enough. It's trusting yourself over trusting Jesus, because if you do that, guess what? There's no sacrifice for sins, and if there's no sacrifice for your sins, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to pay your own fine. The reason you think if you mess up too much and sin too much, there's no sacrifice left for your sins is because deep down, you don't trust that Jesus actually saved you. You think your sin is more powerful than Jesus and more powerful than grace. So Hebrews 10:26 is directed to people who hear the gospel, know what Jesus has done, but consciously reject it. So it is not for people that are falling and struggling and learning to put off their old nature. It's for people that think they're good enough on their own with Jesus just sprinkled on top. This is why 3 verses after it talks about trampling the Son of God and counting the blood as an unholy thing. It's not about actions, it's about rejection of what Christ has made you. So if you want your outward actions to start to change, start believing and trusting in what Christ has made you over what you see, what you feel, and what you think, and walk in your new identity of righteousness. Stop calling yourself a sinner. That's the deliberate sin. And trust in what he's made you, and let that be an overflow in your life. Let your identity in him be a byproduct in your actions.